we are leaving Burghead. We decided to divert to Burghead as we knew there was a fast charger. The shore team had a look and let us know. But when we got there, the charger was slower than expected. It was meant to be 50 kilowatts. We only got 25 kilowatts out of it, which meant that we were planning to stop for an hour, put 50 kilowatts in, but we had to stop for 2 hours, put then total 50 kilowatts from the 225s. But when we got back to the slipway, we couldn't launch. It meant that we got to bed a smidge earlier and got a bit more sleep, which I'm not complaining about. So we're headed to Jaqui and then on to Fraserburgh and turning the coast down towards the south, which I'm really excited about. Jaqui was lovely, a really easy charge, which we like. Everything worked, everything plugged in correctly. The 3-phase gave us the full power that we need. So really easy to connect up there, charged in a swift 2.5 hours, and then cracked on for the afternoon's leg. Arriving in Fraserburgh, we have a 6-hour charge, a 32 amp. We will then possibly be leaving Fraserburgh and heading south. Really excited about heading south, as it means we're heading in the direction of Lyme Regis, which is where we'll hopefully be returning in, I reckon, 2 weeks. We'll see what other delays will hit us.
Last night we were in Peterhead with a very nice marina. It had very good access to plugs and charging facilities. Last night's passage was lots of fun because we could basically go on the plane the whole way. We had some nice smooth water right at the start, and then towards the end there was some sort of tidal race, so it made it a bit more exciting. Apparently Peterhead is the largest fishing port in Europe, and there are some very, very big boats here. Some catching up to 1,500 tons apparently. That's quite a lot.
We are currently leaving Stonehaven on our way to Montrose, which is where we're staying tonight, and then cracking on to Dundee in the early hours of the morning. We have found the Kind lifeboat station in Montrose. Has said we can moor up next to their lifeboat and use their shore power, which is brilliant because it means we can get our heads down and get a bit of sleep instead of going slowly, which we'd have to get all the way to Dundee. The sea is a bit lumpy tonight and it's dark, so it's a bit of a challenging leg. The tide is not optimal because we've decided to crack on. We can get to Montrose, get our heads down, charge, 3-hour charge there, and then crack on. We have had quite the charging palaver this evening.
Oh my God, what a night.
We've got into Montrose. We were meant to be charging at the RNLI slipway.
Said they had a 63 amp socket on their pontoon.
But they did not have the right charging plug, unfortunately. They only had single phase.
So we thought, oh great, we'll nip down there, stick it on charge, get some sleep, and then we've only got half the distance to go to Dundee in the morning. We can go a bit faster.
So we've had to have a look for other options. Now, it's 10:30 on a Friday evening.
Anyway, we got there having used up the power.
So Mum went to find a car charger. So we're currently recovering the boat at a beach, basically, with a concrete ramp. There is not much here at all. So I hope the Land Rover's up to it.
We slept for about an hour and a half, and then we got up at 2 and went back to have another go at high water.
Frustrating and disappointing that we have to go to all this effort to charge.
Fairly easily got the boat out. We then took it to a car charging station. That car charger didn't work. It was too powerful. It was like 150 kilowatts and the boat just didn't want to know. So then it's, what time is it? 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. We're looking for a car charger that's a bit smaller, like a 50 kilowatt car charger. And we're all getting a bit frustrated. And so I scooted off again, found a 50 kilowatt in Tesco's, and the night staff were great, and they actually had an outside tap for watering their plants. So we got rigged up there probably about 4:30, 4:45, and we didn't know whether the sea pump was going to kick in. So Harry stayed on watch for an hour, and then the sea pump hadn't kicked in all that time. So he came to bed as well, and so we all got about 2 hours sleep, and then we put the boat back in at low tide. But that was a whole other story, because I didn't want to take the Land Rover back on the beach. It was so wet, and I thought we would get stuck again. So we reversed the trailer onto the beach and chocked it, put the brake on. I spun the Land Rover around, left the Land Rover on the concrete, and we used the winch to secure the boat. And then very, very slowly, it took probably 45 minutes, using some planks of wood that we found to put under the jockey wheel, we lowered it down into the water and managed to launch. And then our superstar ground crew, Ollie, managed to winch it back up by himself and attach it to, and then with it winched to the front of the Land Rover, he managed to pull it up onto flat ground, turned around the Land Rover, hooked it up, turned it all around, and came back to meet me. And we are now all on our way to Tayport, which is the opposite side of the estuary from Dundee, and we are looking forward to getting our heads down and having a sleep. But we're all in need of a shower. So it was a really disturbed night and really frustrating, and it's just not worth going off piste like that. It's just not. I've done so much preparation and planning, speaking to all the people, and I know exactly what sockets they've got. And even then, having done that for 18 months, there are still mistakes. But getting the boat in the middle of the night and driving around looking for a socket, we should have been sleeping. And new commitment, we're not going off piste. The plan has been working. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. That's what I say.